Noah Lyles is stepping onto a track that once belonged to Usain Bolt. Standing in his way is the man who shoved him after their last big race. Kenny Bednarek is running faster than he ever has. Lyles has still never lost to him in a 100-meter final. One of them is about to be proven wrong. Let's rewind for a second. Last year at the US Championships, Lyles and Bednarek lined up in the 200 meters. Lyles came into that race as the defending champion, and Bednarek had been nearly unstoppable all season long. He was running under 20 seconds again and again, and a lot of people expected him to finally take Lyles down. Instead, Lyles chased him all the way to the tape and caught him right at the line, winning by just 0.04 of a second. Then he looked over at Bednarek. Bednarek did not like that. He shoved Lyles right after they crossed the finish. The two of them stood there for a second, and everyone watching thought a fight was about to break out. It never did. They talked it out and shook hands. But that moment stuck. It turned a normal rivalry into something with real tension behind it, and it carried straight into this season. Now the two of them are set to clash again. But this time, it is not the 200. It is the 100 meters, and the setting could not be more different. Instead of Eugene, Oregon, where these two have raced for years, the US Championships are heading to New York City for the first time since 1991. The meet is happening at Icahn Stadium on Randall's Island, just across the water from Manhattan. And here is something wild. This is the exact same track where Usain Bolt ran his first ever world record back in 2008, a 9.72 in the 100 meters. USATF even put in a brand new track surface late last year. So there is a real chance this surface produces something special. Fans will not need a plane ticket to Oregon this time either. They can walk across a footbridge from the city and watch it happen live. Let's talk about where both men stand heading into this race. Bednarek is not playing games this season. He has looked like one of the best sprinters on the planet. His fastest legal time this year sits at 9.79 seconds, which also happens to match his personal best. He actually ran a 9.72 earlier this season, but the wind was blowing too strong for it to count. Still, that tells you how fast he is capable of running right now. Lyles is not far behind. His season best sits at 9.88. Christian Coleman is also in the mix at 9.86. So this is not just a two-man race. But make no mistake, all eyes are on Lyles and Bednarek. Here is something that might surprise you. Even though Bednarek has the better time on paper this season, history says Lyles has his number in this specific event. Lyles has beaten Bednarek in their last 7 head-to-head 100-meter finals, 7 straight. That is not a small streak, and it covers some of the biggest races either man has ever run, including an Olympic final. Bednarek's medals on the world stage have mostly come in the 200 meters and the relay. Lyles is the reigning Olympic champion in the 100, the event where it matters most. So while Bednarek is running faster times right now, Lyles has proven over and over that when it matters most, in a final on the biggest stage, he finds a way to get to the line first. But this year feels different. Bednarek is not just fast, he is locked in. He has been racking up wins all season, including back-to-back Diamond League victories in the 200 meters. He broke 20 seconds in both of those races. That is elite-level stuff. He is coming into this meet with real momentum, not just a fast time from one lucky race. And here is the twist. Bednarek is only entered in the 100 this time. He is skipping the 200 completely. So the rematch everyone wanted in the 200 is not happening. All that tension, all that history, it is getting settled in one race instead of two. Lyles, on the other hand, is doubling up. He is running both at the 100 and the 200. In the 200, he is chasing something huge, a 6th national title in that event. Right now, he is tied with 2 legends of the sport for the most 200-meter titles ever won at nationals. If he wins again, he stands alone at the top, a record nobody has ever touched. But before he can even think about that record, he has to get through Bednarek in the 100 first, and that race comes first on the schedule, which means there is no easing into this meet. Lyles has to be ready from the very first round, in a brand new stadium, in front of a brand new crowd. Let's talk about what is actually at stake here beyond bragging rights. There is no Olympics this year. There is no World Championships either. There is a new event called the World Ultimate Championship later this year, but it works differently, since only a small group of top athletes get invited. So this national title means even more than usual right now. It is the biggest stage available to these guys at this point in the season. No global meet to fall back on. No next big race to point to first. This is the moment. Whoever wins this 100-meter final walks away as the best sprinter in the country, at least for now. And with the shove from last year still fresh in people's minds, this is not just about who is faster. It feels personal. Neither one of them wants to be the guy who lost the story. There are other sprinters in this race who should not be ignored either. Ronnie Baker, a two-time Olympian, is entered with a season best of 9:92. He has been one of the most consistent fast men in the country for years. Christian Coleman is right there too, sitting at 9:86, faster than Lyles this season. Courtney Lindsay is also in the field, and he has been right there with the top guys all season. This is not a race where Lyles and Bednarek can afford to look past anyone. The rounds start early in the week and the semifinals come the very next day, so both men have to be sharp from the first gun. One bad start, one slow reaction off the blocks, and either one of them could be watching someone else take the win. So here is the real question. Does Bednarek's blazing fast season carry him to his first win over Lyles in a 100-meter final? Or does Lyles' 7-race winning streak against him stay alive? Bednarek clearly has the speed this year. The numbers do not lie. But Lyles has something you cannot always measure with a stopwatch. He shows up when it counts. He has done it over and over on the biggest stages in the world. This time he has to do it on a brand new track, in a brand new city, with a rival who is running better than ever, and still remembers exactly how last year ended. One more thing worth mentioning. This track has serious history behind it. Before Icon Stadium existed, the old stadium on this same site hosted Jesse Owens back in 1936. Usain Bolt set his first world record here. Now Lyles and Bednarek get to add their names to that list one way or another. Whoever wins this race is not just taking a national title. They are becoming part of the story of one of the most historic tracks in the country. This rivalry has been building for years. 2 wins each in some of their biggest career moments, a shove that almost turned into something worse, and now a fresh setting with a fresh storyline. Bednarek has the form of his life right now. Lyles has the history in this exact event. Both men know exactly what is on the line here. A national title, bragging rights, and the final word in a rivalry that has been building for years. Something has to give. Either Bednarek finally breaks through against his biggest rival on a track built for fast times, or Lyles proves once again that when everything is on the line, he simply does not lose. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Bednarek finally gets his win over Lyles in the 100? Or does Lyles extend that streak to 8 straight? Drop your prediction in the comments, and let me know who you think walks away with the national title.